Welcome back to another explainer. We're diving right in today because we're tackling one of the absolute most requested topics we get from business owners: inbound call coverage. Look, if your business is growing, you've probably hit that totally overwhelming wall where you just can't answer every single call yourself, especially after hours. So today, we're breaking down the three major models for outsourcing your inbound calls: answering services, virtual receptionists, and dedicated CSRs. Now, if you spend any time browsing vendor websites, you're going to see these three labels thrown around like they mean the exact same thing. It is incredibly confusing, right? It makes researching the right solution for your business an absolute headache. So, are they actually interchangeable? Well, no way. They are fundamentally different models. And honestly, choosing the wrong one will absolutely cost you. You're either going to blow your budget or worse, you're going to lose customers. It's totally fair to be tripped up by all this industry jargon, but stick with us because by the end of this explainer, you're going to know exactly how to tell them apart. Let's kick things off with part one: defining the three models. First up is the classic answering service. Think of this as your safety net. This is a shared pool of operators, and their main job is capturing basic messages and escalating emergencies when your office is closed. You just forward your lines when you lock up to the day, and an operator uses your specific rules to figure out, hey, is this an emergency that means I need to wake up the on-call staff, or can this message just wait until the morning? Because let's be real, nobody calls a contractor at 9 p.m. just to get a routine quote. The calls that come in after you close are the ones where something has gone wrong. It's the burst pipe, the broken AC, the panicked customer. If you run a roofing or HVAC company, a 9 p.m. call needs immediate, live dispatch. If you let those calls hit voicemail, that customer is probably just going to hang up in frustration and call your competitor immediately. Okay, moving to the second model, let's see how this builds on that basic concept. A virtual receptionist is not a shared pool. We're talking about a dedicated, named professional who actually takes the time to learn your business. They integrate directly into your daily operations, they book appointments, and they act as a true, seamless extension of your front desk. The crucial point here is how you apply it. A typical scenario is a solo law firm or maybe a dental practice. When the in-house staff is tied up with clients, the virtual receptionist absorbs all that daytime overflow. It guarantees that every single prospect who calls gets to speak to a friendly, knowledgeable human being rather than getting stuck listening to an automated beep. And finally, we have the dedicated CSR, or contact center model. Guys, this is a massive step up in scale. We're talking about a managed team providing true 24/7 omni-channel support. So it's not just voice calls anymore. This covers live chat, email ticketing, and direct Tier 1 issue resolution, all run by a dedicated team lead with daily quality assurance checks. So who needs this? The typical scenario is a global SaaS company or a big e-commerce brand. When you've got users all over the world, you absolutely need seamless support in every single time zone. This model uses what the industry calls follow-the-sun scheduling. That basically means live, fully trained agents are working overlapping shifts, so your global customers always reach someone during their own local daytime hours.
All right, part two, the comparison matrix. Let's put them side by side.
Let's start with the cost model. Answering services usually bill per minute or per call, but watch out because our sources highlight a major trap here. With per minute billing, that meter runs on every single call. Yes, that includes wrong numbers and robocalls. Virtual receptionists, on the other hand, typically give you a flat monthly plan, while dedicated CSRs bill per dedicated seat or agent. Moving down to product knowledge and script flexibility, you can see it scales up as we go. You start with very basic rigid message capture with an answering service and move all the way up to highly trained brand-specific issue resolution with a dedicated CSR. Now, what about caller continuity? With an answering service, continuity is pretty low since it's a shared pool. If a customer calls back, they're probably talking to a totally different operator. Virtual receptionists and dedicated CSRs offer a much higher continuity because callers interact with a specific named human or a dedicated team. Finally, looking at the best fit business row, you can really start to see where you might belong. Are you a local plumber who just needs excellent coverage on nights and weekends? Or are you a booming tech startup that desperately needs a 24/7 follow-the-sun team? Moving right along to part three, navigating the decision tree. To figure out your perfect fit, I want you to ask yourself these three specific guiding questions. Number one, assess your required depth. Do you just need someone to take down basic messages, or do your callers actually need complex issues resolved on the spot? Number two, determine your coverage hours. Are we talking just nights and weekends when you're closed, or do you need a genuine 24-hour desk? And number three, evaluate your volume.
Are you getting a few dozen after-hours calls a week, which fits a shared minutes pool perfectly? Or do you have the sheer volume to justify a minimum of 10 dedicated contact center seats? Now, it is incredibly important to be fair here. A massive full-scale contact center sounds amazing, sure, but a basic answering service is often the undisputed champion for very specific situations. If you just need basic after-hours dispatch, emergency escalation for the trades, or if you simply have low call volume and a really strict budget, a traditional answering service is exactly what you need. It is going to stop those urgent leads from dying in your voicemail, plain and simple. Which brings us to our final segment, Part 4, Fit Over Features. Here is the ultimate takeaway we want to leave you with today. The best solution out there isn't the one with the most bells and whistles. It's the one that actually matches your operational reality. You have to avoid feature bloat. Please do not pay for a 24/7 omni-channel tech support team if all you actually need is a friendly voice to log a maintenance request at 2 a.m. And on the flip side, don't try to squeeze a basic shared pool answering service into a role that requires deep product knowledge and complex appointment setting. Matching the service precisely to your actual real-world operational gaps is the absolute key to growing cost-effectively. So let me ask you, what exactly is happening to the calls your business receives at 9 p.m. right now? Are they just hitting voicemail? And more importantly, is that costing you customers? Take a really hard look at your operations. Use the matrix we laid out today and take action. Don't let a single lead go to voicemail tonight. Book a call to find your fit today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we'll see you next time.